All right, it's finally here. I have it in hand. The Dinosaur Hunting Strategy Guide from Japan. And the one thing that I was really surprised about receiving it in the mail from my friend who lives in Japan, he got it shipped to him from Amazon and sent it over to me. The one thing I couldn't tell from any of the listings was the size of the thing. So for comparison, here is a strategy guide for an American video game. Well, also a Japanese video game, but I don't have a whole lot of strategy guides. So this is just one. I think these Brady Games ones are about the size that most strategy guides are these days still. So for comparison, here's the Dinosaur Hunting Strategy Guide. Like, none of the pictures or listings or anything ever conveyed how tiny this thing is, which unfortunately is also going to make it very hard to scan. It's just glue bound in there, and it's pretty old. It's pretty crackly, and so trying to flatten this to scan it is probably going to destroy this binding. So it may be a lot of work. It may not look that great. I'm not sure how scanning it's going to go. But anyways, here it is. Dinosaur Hunting, the Xbox books. Here's the back cover. This may be a stand-in for scanning it for the time being. Apparently they had other entries in the Xbox books series. Let me see if I can... Not doing autofocus because it always jumps around with my hands, but there was one for Blinks the Time Sweeper I really want. There was a Dead or Alive 3 book and a Halo book of some kind, probably just the first Halo. Yep, because there are no numbers after that logo. So there are more out there, and look, it's even got a dust jacket. That's amazing for a tiny little book this size. So I'm very glad that it had a dust jacket. Otherwise, I would have been a little disappointed by this, I don't know, pea yellow cover. And the dust jacket also has some other... Oh boy. That's Skies of Arcadia, but I'm not sure if these are other strategy guides. zdnet.co.jp. Anyways, Dinosaur Hunting. Oop, change the focus. Master Hunter's Guide. The very first thing that I looked up in here. Also, the strategy guide is just full of fantastic stuff. Where was it? I think I already passed it. It's like one of the last few pages. Not that last few, anyways. Here we go. I assumed that... Let me try and get this up here. I assumed that this section at the back of the book explained how to unlock everybody, and sure enough, this says, unlock Katie by getting an A on every free hunt stage. Like I figured, one of the hardest and most time-consuming things to do in the game would be to get an A on all of those stages where you can't bring in all the money you have and all the supplies you have. So it's possible, without cheating, I'm probably never going to unlock Katie. Fortunately, this strategy guide breaks down even how each of the characters compare. They put her at the beginning. Here we go. I'll try and... I don't know where I can hold this flat. I wanted to hold it down and refocus and make sure it was good and focused. So they even break down, and I don't have another phone here to translate this, but I'm guessing this is the range, the number of bullets for the rifle, shotgun, pistol? Yeah, because Malone's shotgun has 3. Oh, wow, there's even a degree of angle. Wow, so Katie's got... double the size of shotgun and a better range. Wow, I did not expect her to be better at a shotgun. And I'm guessing these are stats like stamina, speed. You know what, if we look over here, What is Jean maxed out on? 15 out of 15. That's probably like movement speed. Yeah, so she's not as assuming that's right. She's not as fast as Jean, but she's faster than Malone. Just as fast as Gregory. That makes a lot of sense. Do I have an option on here to mute? I got the sniffles here. So, anyways, let's go back to the beginning here. There's some fantastic artwork of the characters I've never seen here before. This rendition of Gregory is fantastic. Don't think the Xbox had enough polygons to render him that large. I don't know if this was concept art or if this was Japanese, promo art. We got an illustration of the area, the Guyana Highlands, where the game is set, that probably the in-game map is based on. That looks fantastic. We got another render of our Allosaurus buddy here with his tongue hanging out like he's a giant puppy. And then we have, this is either the current support team, or I like to think this is probably art of the advanced team. Oops. Sorry about hitting the tripod so much. That looks like it's very well in focus. And then this rendering of the airship we've seen before. I believe all of this is just breaking down the story, which we now have. Table of contents, controls. This might provide a few more tips compared to the in-game menu. And this is probably the flow of the game. Find the clues, or well, start the mission, find the clues, find your main target, return to base camp, ranking. This looks like it's talking about bonus targets because there's the saber-toothed tiger and the dodo that are both sub-targets. More about the map, base camp. And then each of the characters. This is just fantastic. I really want to see what some of this means. I have not done a whole lot of looking at this ahead of time. I kind of wanted a, first reaction kind of video. I flipped through it a little bit and looked up that first one on how to unlock Katie. Oh, Sir Arthur's very slow, if that is speed. And so I believe this starts our, walkthrough. So they do their own version. This looks like some of the art of the map that's in the game files, but not used in the game map. And then they kind of break down their own. These are each of the subsections that you go through. They got the main targets. Looks like they did the same kind of thing that I did. Mark down all the pickups and stuff that are on the map. It looks like mini mission is what they're referring to as some of the quick time events. So they go through each area. And this should be clear enough and high resolution enough on this video. If you really wanted to, you could zoom in and maybe translate some of this before I get to actually scan and translate it. So I'm kind of trying to go through page by page here and get my fingers out of the way. So we got our stage 2 main targets, breakdown of each area on the map. VP would be voice plate, so maybe that will finally explain to me where I've missed. What was it? I think there's like maybe 12 or 15 voice plates in my final playthrough that I was missing still. Stage 3, and then we get this cool breakdown here. I guess this is all of the animals in stage 1. Is that right? Stage 1. Stage 1. No. I'm not sure what they're trying to tell me here. Aerial 1? Like the first 3 stages of the game? Yeah, because they're Supersaurus. I don't know, maybe they just needed a page to pad out between things here. So stage 4, catch an Orinoceros. Wait. It's been a while. Sorry. They also point out the cave that looks like a face. The mini mission with Gregory down here. This or this. Stage 5, catch Baryonyx. Continued. Continued. Stages are getting more complicated. Stage 6, catch Gastonia. They also do not feature the little labyrinth that was up here. Would have been up in this area, I think. Yeah. So that's just a leftover thing. You can check out that video of what's left in the game. And stage 7 gets 1 page. Yeah, so this is stages 4 through 7. Just like a little, I don't know, just a little pictorial page, because they had the art, they had all of these nice renders to work with. Stage 8, I think I said Gastonia too early? No. Euplocephalus. Then they got the zoom in views. I forget if that's how it looks in the game or if those are the map files. That's how it looks in the game. Don't remember if I found a voice plate up there or not. Probably. I've run all over that tree so many times. Stage 9, catch a Therizinosaurus. I'm getting this a little out of whack here. And there's the clear the cave after the Arc Foundation clears the cave. There's the mammoth. Mammoths, they point out the formula for, who is it on the next stage? All right, Spinosaurus. Stage 10, speaking of, they use the better map than the one that you actually see in the game, which is almost illegible. And then a roundup of stages, what is this, 8 through 11. These are very stuck together. And then stage 11. I really want to translate some of their tips on how to shoot better. And then our ending. And this looks like it's a breakdown of the number of targets in each stage. Just because they could, I assume that's back on the, also conveyed on these sections for each of these stages. And then this must be extra info. I'm trying to guess. This is a breakdown of maybe what you need to get each of the rankings. And then percentages of accuracy and maybe percentage of health. I wonder if that's the different difficulty settings. And then our section on how to unlock the characters. Oh boy, what is this? Is this a breakdown of how the the mix on the darts works? If you're maybe over by so many, it does less and less. So this seems like a breakdown of the mechanics in the game, and also some of this, like the different dollar values for these depending on whether you get it in the formulated shot or whether it takes you multiple shots to take it down. Kind of strategy stuff. And then this beautiful breakdown of every creature in the game, their dollar values, their formula mixtures in a different layout than I've ever seen. What is this? Like their length, and possibly straight from the game, like the little info about them. It may not be, because I know some of these were longer than one sentence here, or longer than like these 3 lines. So that may be some unique text to this guide. Yeah, it sure looks like it. So this isn't word for word description from the game. And then our credits, and you can see here in the middle where it's coming unglued, and I really don't want to press it down too hard to try and get flat scans, but it's such a tiny book. I will do what I can. Oh, it already doesn't want to fold flat. But anyways, that, for me, outside of a burnt copy of the game released to a magazine or to a website for review before the game was out by Metro 3D, this is probably the last piece of the puzzle for me. The Master Hunter's Guidebook. And if I translate some of it and it turns out to be super interesting information, I'll be back with another video probably. Otherwise, check the documents that are down in the description. There are a lot of links to documents I've made that will get you to whatever scanned material or translated material comes out of having this book. It'll probably be a PDF on archive.org. So, thanks for watching yet one more Dinosaur Hunting video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the game, the English version of the game, and all that stuff. And now we've seen this. No, there you go. If anyone really wanted to see it all, there's the spine. All right. Thanks again.